Hey guys, it's Danny the Medic. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do the second part of the video for the SC552 by Harley Benton from Thomann. This is going to be the video where I fix all the stuff that we found wrong with it. This will be a long video, so bear with me, okay? Now in the description below, I have the little timestamps with different fixes on it. So if you want to skip ahead to see one particular fix, you go ahead and you do with that, okay? And so here's my list of things that's wrong with it. One issue, the binding is not scraped smoothly. So around over here, I can feel with my fingers some roughness, okay? And that'll be the first thing we're gonna fix. I'll indicate, I mean, it's not something you can really see, but it's more something you can feel. So I guess you'll just have to take my word for it that at the end whether it's fixed or not. The second thing is the tuner bushing is not installed properly. It's a little off, it bends a little, and it's just not installed properly. So we're gonna try to reinstall that, maybe shim it. And number three, the little screws for the tuning machines are not installed properly. So in the back over here, you got little screws that hold tuning machines, and some of them has been stripped, or maybe they drilled the holes too big. I don't know. So we're going to take a look at fixing that as well. Let's see, some slight buzzing at the first fret on the D string, I believe. Let's see. Yep. So I'm going to do like a fret job, and we'll see if that fixes it. And one loose knob, we're going to tighten this nut. It's over here. You know, you turn it, and it just keeps on turning if you apply slightly more force. So that could be tightened a little bit. So we're going to do this in order, okay? Starting with this one thing here. So I'm going to mark the area where I find it. Okay, it's going to start over here. Oh, this over here is my wooden case. It was a case of a Gibson SG bass. Right, 4-string, big bass. Got this case at Guitar Center in the used section. It was like $5 or something. I saw it. It's a Gibson case. I used it to keep my stuff in it. Perfect, you know, nice and tidy. I actually took the stuff I'm not going to use and I put it on the other side of it, like this extra strings and stuff like that. So that's what this is over here. All right. So mark here. Ends here. But we got some on this side as well. I'll say begins here. Wow, got some here as well. And ends about here. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna go over it a few times. Until it's smooth to the touch. Hey, it's working pretty nicely. It's coming along, it's coming along. I'm going to give this a try here. It's coming along. Wow, that feels nice. There's a little on this side here, and that's enough for the 400 for here. Now I'm going to do the 400 over here. Give it some hard backing. It's coming along. I'm impressing myself. That's really bad of me. All right. It's feeling better. Okay, so that's it for the 400. Now I'm going to get the worn out 400. Give that a little bit. Wow, it feels so much better. Now let's see, where's my 800? Nice. Okay. 800 over here. All right, smooth. Gonna remove this tape here. Stick it on my paper. Okay, so here's some 1500. Put a little bit of water on it. Some wet sanding. And dry it off here. Let's see what we have now. It is fixed. Some residue. Okay. Some residue over here. Easy removal. Remove this residue. Okay, some over here. Fabulous. Fabulous. Now I'm going to clean it with a little bit of water. Alright, so now I have here compound and polish. I'm just going to spread a little all around. And to polish it, I'm going to use this here piece of face mask. I didn't have a cloth handy. Oh, to rub it with the compound anyway. Around here. Smells nice and minty. Now remove the excess. Oh, luxurious feeling. Much better. You know what? The compound did such a nice job. I'm not even going to bother with the polish. We're good. We are good. Where's my garbage can? I'll just leave it here on the side. Clean it up later. So what we're going to do now, we're going to see if the tuning machines are actually good quality. So what I like to do is shove toothpicks into each one. Whoops, it's hard to do on camera. So I'll just shove them in like so. Okay, so when it comes to the quality of the tuning machines, I find that the good ones have like no play. So I'm just going to turn this a little and see if the toothpick moves. Oh my. Alright, so there is a little dead spot, but it's not too much. Let's see. Yes, I would prefer it if the toothpick moved right away as I turn this. Yeah, but there's a little space over there. Let's see. Turn this around a little. Wow, the whole thing is loose. This must be one of those the screws in the back that's kind of messed up. Okay, so I'll tell you, if I was a musician, which I'm not, you know, performing professionally and all that, it may matter to me. I might swap them out for some Grovers, but because, you know, it's just a hobby for me, I think I'll stay with these tuners, and because they're not bad, they feel okay. The plastic over here is not the best quality. This is a little, like where they mold the two halves together, I can feel a line, but honestly, how often do I actually touch this? And if I do, I'll probably be using one of these and not feel it at all. But if I did want the quality I'll take a sharp knife and scrape the edges to give it that nice, even quality type of feel to it. But I don't have to do that. All right, so gone with the toothpicks. All right, so let's remove the bushings. Look, it should not be that easy to, oh wow. Are these metal bushings? Oh my goodness. Listen. That's quality. I've had plastic ones before. Like this is quality stuff. Man, metal, jeez. All right, so these three at the end's good. So I'm gonna flip this over. All right, guys, to make this bushing fit, I'm gonna put a piece of tape to make the hole a little smaller. And we'll see what happens from there. Put on this here toothpick and put it into the hole on the north side of things. All right. Make sure it stays. Come on, stay. Now I'm gonna put the bushing there, nice and tight. Okay, the second one. Now remember, like it will go in, it'll come out like so easy. All right. So here we go. Second piece of tape. Put it right into the hole. Now I'm only doing half a hole. It's going to be the top half because you don't want the bottom half to be blocked, because this eventually the string's going to be pulling this way, and you want that contact of metal to the bushing to the edge of the wood for that sustain and tone that we all care about. Because if you put the tape on this side of the hole, then it's going to be something between the metal, the bushing, and the wood, robbing you of that tone that so desperately we seek. So can't do that. And all right, nice. One more piece of tape. Okay, much better. All right, guys, so basically these holes over here are shot. These little holes that holds the tuning machines in place, they're shot. The threads are gone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill these holes with a toothpick and wood glue, and therefore sealing it, giving me a better hole to use. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to take this here toothpick, cut off half of the sharp tip like so. That's one toothpick. Half the sharp tip, two toothpicks. Third toothpick, half the sharp tip. So I'm going to put the wood glue onto this here piece of paper. I will simply dip the tip of the tip of the toothpick into the glue. Not too much glue, and just shove it on in there, just like that. So tip, and just shove it right on in there. Shove right on in there. Now I'm gonna let this dry and I'll be back. Okay guys, so this glue has dried a bit. They say 24 hours, but I really don't have that much time. So what we're gonna do now, I have this here extremely fine Torx driver. I'm gonna use this as a punch, right? So what I'm gonna do is to position the tuner right where I want it and punch a hole in the toothpick, the center of where I want the screw to go. The center, punch a hole. Whoops. That went pretty okay. Alright, this about where I want it. Alright. And punch a hole. Don't over tighten like that factory tech probably did. Alright, there we go. Good and secure. Yeah, I can feel that torque. Oh yeah, it ain't budging now. Okay. Now we're gonna do the fret job. Now, to most people, this is something that they'll have the luthier do for them. But I suggest that you yourself, if you don't already know how, that you simply learn to do this yourself. Because if you keep going to the luthier every time you buy a guitar, you know, you're gonna end up spending like Gibson money just for the service alone. And the thing is, you don't need a lot of skill to do this. It's a very simple process, okay? Number one, you gotta know how to adjust the truss rod, right? When you turn it this way, it bends that way, turn it that way, it bends the other way. You wanna bend it so that the thing is straight. Let me see, make sure I got the correct side here. Is this straight? Make sure it's straight. You do that. Then after that, you're gonna take this hair thing and then see, put it over 3 bars and see which one's high. Alright? 3 bars at a time. All over, right? And whatever's high, you take such Sharpie markers, you indicate the high spots. After you indicate the high spots, you take this here file, and you file down the high spots all throughout. And then you do it again. You know, rock it back and forth, find the high spots, etc., etc. And of course, this is many shapes. Once you get over here, you're gonna have to use one of these shapes. Once you get all the way down here, you're gonna have to use a small shape. And you do that over and over and over again until you get it all nice and flat. Now, if it's like a whole bunch of waviness, you're gonna have to get the big sandpaper thing and you go around and around, paying attention to the curvature of the frets, the radius. You know, you don't want to ruin the radius, right? If you are gonna go use, I have a homemade one, right? The big sandpaper, you're gonna remove the nut so you can sand it all the way through. But I'm not gonna remove the nut today because I won't be using this. So after you're done with all that, you're gonna do the fret ends, right? Take here a triangle file, triangle, right? Of which one side I have dulled, right? And I take the dull edge and just go around the corners of each fret to give it that buttery smooth feeling. Once I'm done with that, with the filing, I'm gonna fine tune it with some 800 grit, you know, to really get the edge nice and smooth for my fingers. Then after that, I'll take the 1500 grit and I'm gonna just like polish up the surfaces, right? Or if I had filed. If I haven't filed it, I can go straight to the steel wool and then buff out the frets and make it nice and shiny. And then after that, here is jeweler's rouge for the final high finish. And when working on the fret, you want to put this here metal things on the fret you're working to protect the wood underneath. Some people go as far as putting tape all in between on the wood. If you're doing like a $10,000 guitar, use the tape. $350 Harley Benton, I'll skip the tape, right? But it is important to tape over the pickups, because you don't want metal pieces going in there, because this is metal and these are magnets. You know, this is steel. So I'm just going to do that and tape off these pickups right now. Very important to tape up the pickups there so that the metal doesn't go in there. Right, so basically that's what I'm about to do. And if you know how to do all these things, you can just, you know, skip this section. And if you like to see me do it, keep on watching. I'll do this and then I'll put it at 2x speed so you can still see me do it and it'll still save you some time. Here we go. And lastly, we tighten the nut. Alright, good enough for me. Thank you for watching my video, my extremely long video. Have a nice day and good night. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye now.